There is a story behind In-N-Out Burger, how rejecting franchising, IPOs, and menu expansion achieve the highest revenue per store in fast food that most people have never heard. This is Capital Logic, and today we are telling it. Before we dive in, if you find value here, hit like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Let's begin. In-N-Out Burger, famous for its tiny menu and refusal to franchise, generates more revenue per store than any other fast food chain in America. Think about that for a second. A company that actively rejects nearly every modern growth strategy is winning. How? Stay until the end. I'll break down 3 lessons from In-N-Out Burger's playbook you can apply to your business this week. If you want business breakdowns you can actually use, hit subscribe and the bell. In the sprawling, competitive landscape of American fast food, where chains chase market share with aggressive expansion, ever-changing menus, and relentless advertising, one company has quietly defied every conventional wisdom. It's a company that operates just 400 locations across 8 states, a mere fraction of the 13,500 McDonald's scattered across the U.S. It spends less than 1% of its revenue on traditional advertising, and its menu has remained virtually unchanged since 1948. Yet, this company consistently achieves an estimated average of $4.5 million in annual revenue per store. That's significantly higher than McDonald's at $2.7 million, and even surpasses the much-lauded Chick-fil-A, which pulls in $2.9 million per store. We're talking, of course, about In-N-Out Burger. But how? How does a company that seemingly rejects every modern growth strategy dominate its segment in such a profound way? The answer lies in a story that began not with grand ambitions, but with a simple, almost radical commitment to quality and a deeply counterintuitive approach to business. It was 1948, post-war America. The economy was booming, car culture was taking hold, and the concept of fast food was just beginning to emerge. Harry and Esther Snyder, a husband and wife team, opened a small burger stand in Baldwin Park, California. Their vision was straightforward: serve fresh, delicious burgers, fries, and shakes, made to order. What set them apart immediately was not just the quality of their food, but their innovation. Harry Snyder installed a 2-way speaker system, allowing customers to order from their cars, a groundbreaking concept that birthed America's first drive-thru. This wasn't about speed at all costs, though. It was about convenience without compromise. Their menu was Spartan: burgers, fries, shakes, and sodas. That's it. And remarkably, that core menu has remained largely unchanged for 75 years. While competitors were adding chicken sandwiches, salads, breakfast burritos, and limited-time offers, In-N-Out stuck to its guns. This wasn't a lack of imagination. It was a deliberate choice, a foundational principle laid down by Harry himself. Keep it simple, do one thing well. But the real radicalism began to take root as the fast food industry exploded around them. As other chains scrambled to franchise, to go public, to expand at breakneck speed, In-N-Out made a series of decisions that, on the surface, looked like business suicide. They rejected franchising. They rejected the idea of an IPO. They decided, from the very beginning, that In-N-Out would remain 100% privately owned by the Snyder family. Think about that for a moment. In an era where every successful business is pressured to scale, to leverage external capital, to go big or go home, In-N-Out chose a different path entirely. Why? Because Harry and Esther, and later their children and grandchildren, understood something fundamental: control over quality, control over the customer experience, and control over their unique corporate culture was paramount. Franchising, they believed, would dilute that control. An IPO would introduce external shareholders with short-term demands for profit and growth, forcing compromises they weren't willing to make. This radical rejection of conventional growth strategies fundamentally shaped their unique trajectory. Without the need to satisfy franchisees or public shareholders, In-N-Out was free to prioritize long-term value over short-term gains. They could invest in their employees, paying significantly above industry average, starting wages often $18 to $20 per hour in California, compared to the state's minimum wage of $16. Store managers, the backbone of their operations, can earn over $180,000 annually, including benefits. This isn't just generosity, it's a strategic investment. It leads to incredibly low employee turnover, estimated at less than 50% annually, far below the fast food industry average of 100 to 150%. Happy, well-paid employees who stay longer means better service, better food consistency, and a better customer experience. And that, in turn, fuels something far more powerful than any advertising campaign: word of mouth. In fact, In-N-Out spends less than 1% of its revenue on traditional advertising. Think about that. Less than 1%. While their competitors saturate television, radio, and social media with multi-million-dollar campaigns, In-N-Out relies almost entirely on its customers to do the marketing for them. And they do, enthusiastically. This brings us to perhaps the most counterintuitive element of In-N-Out's strategy: scarcity. While McDonald's boasts over 13,500 U.S. locations and Burger King has 7,000, In-N-Out operates a mere 400. And their growth? Glacially slow. They open an average of just 5 to 10 new stores per year. This isn't a sign of stagnation. It's a deliberate, meticulously planned expansion. Each new location is chosen with extreme care, ensuring it's within a day's drive of one of their patty-making facilities. Yes, they own their own patty-making facilities in Baldwin Park, Dallas, and Colorado Springs. This vertical integration ensures that every single beef patty is made from 100% USDA ground chuck, free of additives, fillers, and preservatives, and delivered fresh, never frozen, to stores within 24 hours of being ground. Their fries? Made from fresh, whole potatoes, cut in-store, and cooked in 100% sunflower oil, a process that requires more labor but guarantees freshness. This slow, controlled growth creates immense geographic scarcity. For millions across the country, In-N-Out isn't just a burger joint, it's a destination. It's a pilgrimage. The company's expansion into Texas in 2011 was its first move outside the Southwest, carefully planned over several years to ensure supply chain integrity. And when a new store opens, it's an event. Customers have been known to wait in lines for hours, generating organic media, but that money simply can't buy. This exclusivity, this "you can only get it here" factor, fuels an almost cult-like customer loyalty. It transforms a simple meal into an experience, a badge of honor for those in the know. And then there's the secret menu. It's not officially advertised, but items like the animal-style burger or fries are ordered by an estimated 50% of customers. This isn't a marketing gimmick invented by a corporate team. It's a phenomenon that grew organically from customer requests, embraced and standardized by the company. It creates an insider network effect, enhancing brand mystique and customer engagement. It's a brilliant, almost accidental form of user-generated content and community building. The average wait time at a busy In-N-Out drive-thru can be 10 to 15 minutes, yet customers consistently report over 80% satisfaction. Why? Because the perceived value of that fresh, simple burger, that unique experience, outweighs the inconvenience. But how do they manage to maintain such high quality and operational efficiency with such a limited menu and a commitment to freshness that would cripple most competitors? The answer lies in the profound operational advantages that arise from this seemingly restrictive approach. But that's only half the story. Because even with the freshest ingredients and a meticulously controlled supply chain, you still need people to deliver that experience. And here's where In-N-Out makes another profoundly counterintuitive choice, one that flies in the face of nearly every other fast food chain on the planet. They invest in their employees heavily. Think about the typical fast food worker experience. Low wages, high turnover, often seen as a temporary stop. In-N-Out flips that script entirely. While many fast food chains grapple with minimum wage and a revolving door of staff, In-N-Out starts its employees in California at wages often ranging from $18 to $20 per hour. That's significantly above the state's minimum wage of $16. And it's not just the frontline staff. Store managers at In-N-Out can earn over $180,000 annually, including benefits. To put that in perspective, that's among the highest, if not the highest, in the entire fast food industry. What is this radical investment in human capital buy them? It buys loyalty. It buys dedication. It buys a workforce that sees In-N-Out not just as a job, but as a career. The results are staggering. While the fast food industry grapples with annual employee turnover rates of 100% to 150%, meaning they replace their entire staff more than once a year, In-N-Out boasts an estimated annual turnover rate of less than 50%. That's practically unheard of. This low turnover isn't just a feel-good statistic. It's a critical operational advantage. Experienced employees mean faster service, fewer mistakes, and a deeper understanding of the company's meticulous standards. They're the ones who ensure that every burger is built precisely, every fry is cut and cooked just right, and every customer interaction is positive. This commitment to their people directly translates into consistent, high-quality service, which, in turn, fuels those consistently high customer satisfaction ratings, often exceeding 80%. You see, when employees feel valued, they value the customer. It's a simple equation, yet one so many businesses fail to grasp. Now, let's talk about the menu. In an industry obsessed with innovation, new product launches, and seasonal specials to drive traffic, In-N-Out's menu looks like a relic from another era. And in many ways, it is. Since 1948, the core offerings have remained largely unchanged: burgers, fries, and shakes. That's it. No chicken sandwiches, no salads, no breakfast burritos, no limited-time offer spicy nuggets. Just the classics. To the uninitiated, this might seem like a recipe for stagnation, a missed opportunity for growth. But for In-N-Out, this extreme focus is a strategic masterstroke. A limited menu dramatically simplifies operations. Think about it. Fewer ingredients to source, fewer items to manage an inventory, less complexity in the kitchen. This reduces food waste, streamlines training, and allows the staff to become absolute masters of their craft. Every single burger, every single fry, is prepared with a level of precision and consistency that's incredibly difficult to achieve with a sprawling menu. But here's the genius twist. While the official menu is tiny, In-N-Out has cultivated one of the most famous secret menus in the world. Items like animal-style burgers and fries, protein-style burgers, or the 3x3 and 4x4 aren't advertised anywhere. They're passed down through word of mouth, discovered by curious customers, and ordered by an estimated 50% of In-N-Out's clientele. This not-so-secret menu isn't a deviation from their strategy, it's an amplification of it. It creates a sense of exclusivity, an insider club that fosters immense brand loyalty and organic marketing. People love being in on a secret, and they love sharing it. This ingenious, community-driven menu evolution allows In-N-Out to offer variety without the operational overhead, keeping their core simple while still delighting adventurous customers. This relentless focus on simplicity, quality, and people, from the beef to the bun, from the fry cook to the CEO, is precisely what allows In-N-Out to achieve its astounding operational efficiency. Despite its fresh food mandate, which requires more labor and a more complex supply chain than frozen alternatives, the limited menu and high volume per item keep costs in check. The average check size might only be around $8 to $10, but the sheer volume of orders, processed with unparalleled speed and consistency, translates into incredible revenue. And this brings us back to the numbers. While McDonald's averages around $2.7 million in annual revenue per store, and even a highly efficient Chick-fil-A hits about $2.9 million, In-N-Out Burger consistently generates an estimated average of $4.5 million in annual revenue per store. That's not just higher, it's a different league entirely. It's a testament to a business model that defies conventional wisdom at almost every turn. They've rejected franchising, an IPO, rapid expansion, and menu diversification. They've embraced slow growth, vertical integration, premium employee wages, and a menu that's practically a time capsule. And in doing so, they've built a fast food empire that doesn't just survive but thrives, demonstrating that sometimes the most profitable path is the one less traveled, the one that prioritizes quality, culture, and consistency above all else. But what does this all mean for your business, for your strategy? What are the actionable insights we can draw from this seemingly simple burger joint? Now here are 3 lessons from In-N-Out Burger's playbook you can apply to your own business. Lesson 1. Master a core offering. Identify your best product or service and relentlessly perfect its quality and consistency. In-N-Out didn't chase trends, they perfected the burger, fries, and shake, making them iconic. This focus built an unshakable reputation. Lesson 2. Invest in your people. Pay employees above average wages and offer benefits to attract and retain top talent, reducing turnover and improving service. Think about it. Their associate pay is often 20% to 30% higher than competitors, and it shows in the consistent, friendly service you receive. Happy employees deliver better experiences, period. Lesson 3. Prioritize quality over growth. Resist the urge for rapid expansion or diversification if it compromises the core values and quality of your brand. In-N-Out could be a global empire, but they choose to grow at a pace that allows them to maintain their rigorous standards for freshness and service. This deliberate constraint is precisely what makes them so valuable, so sought after. It's a counterintuitive strategy in a world obsessed with scale, but it works. It builds scarcity, it builds desire, and it protects the very thing that makes your business special. If you want more business breakdowns you can actually use, subscribe. I will see you in the next one. In-N-Out Burger. How rejecting franchising, IPOs, and menu expansion achieve the highest revenue per store in fast food is one example of a pattern that repeats across the most successful businesses in history. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Subscribe to Capital Logic, and we will keep showing you how the game is really played. See you next time.